from people who know me through social media, and from many people who simply remember the story of the 3 girls from the House of Horrors in Cleveland. They want to know how I'm doing and what I'm doing. They ask about my son Joey, about my relationship with the other 2 women held captive with me, Gina De Jesus and Amanda Berry, and about whether I have reconciled with my family. Fair questions, but the answers are complicated. They wonder also if I have confronted problems in moving forward, if I have found a way to heal my wounds, and if I have been able to form any relationships with men. I can tell you that in one sense, the answer to all 3 of these questions is yes, but the stories behind those yeses can get pretty complex. I realized it would take another book to answer these and other questions. That's the book you are listening to right now. The world I entered when I got out of captivity had moved on without me for more than a decade. It was a strange new place, and I didn't have a lot going for me to help me navigate this new world. For one thing, I was pretty sick. Gina and Amanda were released from the hospital that we were all taken to a day after we were admitted. I was in and out of hospitals for weeks. Also, when Gina and Amanda were released from the hospital, they went home. Their families greeted them with banners and celebrations, with hugs and tears. I had no home to return to, no family to take me in. Most people think of family as the people nearest and dearest to you, the people who nurture and protect you. They think of home as a place of warmth and safety. I never had such a family or such a home, not even close. The household I grew up in was never a safe haven. It's where I was first harmed. My family was a collection of people who came and went without caring or kindness. But I do recall one grown-up, a classmate's mother, who showed me kindness and warmth. Her name is Rose. I chose it as part of my own name for the new life I am creating. The only family I was desperately longing to see was my son Joey. He was 13 the day I walked out of Castro's house. He had been taken from me even before Castro took me from him. In fact, I was on my way to a meeting about regaining custody of my son when I was abducted. But I always assumed that freedom meant I would be able to find him again, that somehow we could be reunited, and that I would truly be home. I didn't know then, and wouldn't know for several weeks, that Joey had been adopted by a loving family years before. I was not allowed to know where he was or anything about his new family. So I was very much on my own as I lay in my hospital bed in Cleveland's Metro Health Medical Center after being rescued. On my own and with few resources. Yes, our rescue ignited an immediate and overwhelming public response. My hospital room was soon flooded with gifts and flowers from complete strangers, and donations to what was called the Cleveland Courage Fund were enough to create trusts that still provide financial support. I will always be grateful to all the people whose heartfelt help was so important to all of us getting back on our feet. It was the first time I ever felt that people who didn't know me could care about me. That realization warmed and strengthened me, but there were other realities that weren't so pretty. I was 32 years old and had lost all of my 20s, probably the most robust years of any human being's life, to Castro and captivity. My body was broken. My heart was torn apart. My mind had been challenged to its limits. I was frail and exhausted. And I was alone. I had a long way to go and a lot of healing to do if I was to build a new life after darkness. Healing doesn't happen overnight. It is a process that takes time and moves in stages. I had to nurse the wounds, some of them very deep, that went all the way back to my childhood. I had to treat the injuries from years of suffering, even if I couldn't make the scars disappear. I had to soothe the pain and, in some cases, such as the pain from the loss of my son, learn to live with it. I made my share of mistakes along the way. There were people I trusted I should not have trusted, things I did that I wish I could undo, moves I made I would like to roll back. I can't. But survivor's grit